Hello and welcome to this new section on performance monitoring in this course on IT product management. So in this section, we will talk to you about how can you monitor performance of your product. And we will begin by taking a look at what is involved in that and take you through the next steps in that. So, monitoring performance of your product basically involves, as you see on your screen, two things. One is to determine the KPIs that can assess your product success and make data-driven decisions for improvement and monitor them. That's one thing. So, determining those KPIs and monitoring them. And second thing, obviously, is to gather regularly customer feedback and use it to make product enhancements, determine what product enhancements are needed, and to make that. Right. So let's take a look at how would you monitor key performance indicators to assess your product success and make data-driven decisions for improvements. Any thoughts? Right. So again, this performance monitoring is another important aspect of a product manager's role, and this is particularly important for assessing the success of your product and making data-driven decisions for improvement. Now, how do you do that? Let's take a look at the steps that you need to take in the remaining slides of this lecture. You begin by defining the KPIs that are most relevant for your product's goals and objectives. And these KPIs should align with your product strategy and business goals so that you are chasing the right KPIs. Common KPI categories are like user engagement, revenue, obviously, customer satisfaction, operational efficiency, etc. etc. Then what you need to do is to establish clear, measurable targets for each KPI. For each of the KPI, you must have a clear measurable targets. And these targets should reflect what success would look like for your product. Example, if you use monthly active users, MAU, as a KPI, then the target could be a 10% increase in monthly active users over the next quarter. So it is a very clear and measurable target of increasing the monthly active users over next quarter by 10%, right? Then what you need to do is to ensure that you have the mechanisms in place to collect data related to your chosen KPIs and integrate data sources such as analytical tools, databases, customer feedback platforms, and user surveys. Then you need to create visualization of the dashboards or reports, and there you need to display KPI data in a format that is easy to understand for the people who need to understand that. Now, you could use data visualization tools like charts, graphs, tables to track trends and changes over a period of time. Then what you need to do is to set up schedules for regular KPI monitoring, right? This could range from daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, depending on the nature of the product and the KPI. Now, automated alerts can notify you of any significant changes in the relevant KPIs. You need to then continuously analyze the KPI data to basically identify the trends and anomalies, things that are not expected, or any deviations from expected benchmark. So you look for patterns in user behavior, revenue fluctuations, or any such deviation from your established benchmarks. Now, when you notice significant changes in KPI, significant is the word. Don't go after random. So you define what the significant change in KPI would be. Then you need to conduct a root cause analysis to understand why those changes have happened. And this may involve digging into user data, user feedback, or separate market research. Implement A/B testing and experiments to test hypotheses and make data-driven improvement. For example, you can test different user interface designs if you have different UI designs to see which one leads to higher conversion rates. Combine quantitative data from KPIs with qualitative insights from customer feedback survey because you need to have both of the best of the both worlds. And this holistic view can provide a deeper understanding of user satisfaction and pain points. Then you need to collaborate with cross-functional teams. And this includes your developers, designers, marketers, and customer support to interpret the KPI data and generate improvement ideas. So from KPI, you need to go and get into identifying what to do. And then you prioritize improvement initiative based on the impact they are likely to make on the KPI. Focus on changes that align with your product strategy and have high potential for positive outcomes. Execute improvement initiatives. Once you have those execute initiatives identified that have high impact, execute them. Track the impact on the KPI. Be prepared to iterate on these initiatives if the expected results are not achieved, and that is likely to happen. Share KPI insights and progress reports with relevant stakeholders, including executives, product teams, investors. Effective communication will ensure alignment and support for the improvement effort because you will need resources, and that these are the people who will provide you the resources. Continuously review and adjust your KPIs. It's a continuous process based on your frequency of KPI collection, including the targets and monitoring strategy that as the product evolves. Now, what is relevant today may change as the market condition and user needs shift. And this is happening very rapidly in these days. Celebrate achievement once you meet or exceed KPI targets. Your team should feel good about doing that. Conversely, use failures as an opportunity to learn and refine your approach. Ensure that your data collection and storage practices comply with data privacy regulations such as GDPR or CCPA, as we have discussed earlier, to protect user information. Utilize data analytics and business intelligence tool to streamline the KPI monitoring and analysis. So by following these steps, you can effectively monitor KPI, gain valuable insights into your product's performance, and make informed decisions to drive continuous improvement and product success. So what do we do next? After having looked at how to monitor KPIs to assess product success and make data-driven decisions, we will now look at how can you regularly gather customer feedback and use it. So thank you so much for watching the first lecture on performance monitoring. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. If you have any questions, do feel free to message me anywhere you see this video. If you like to refer back to anything that I've said, please download the PDF file and take a good look at that.